The Clip and Rip launcher set is Hasbro's long-awaited release of Pegasus Blast, with its beautiful metal coat and a mid-battle revival gimmick. It's also the first time we're getting a completely new style of launcher in years, and while it's not perfect, it's extremely unique. The set was supposed to be released in July with the rest of the massive Wave 8 drop, but Amazon updated the delivery to be 2 months earlier, and now we have our first look into the craziness that will be the second half of 2026. Since this is a CX release, the box is dripped out in black and magenta, with the new launcher shown front and center, and the gimmick here may remind you of a certain accessory from Beyblade's past. Before we dive in, hit that like and subscribe button for more Beyblade videos, and if you want to get the latest Beyblades, check out sponsor of the channel, Mall of Toys. Mall of Toys has the latest X Beyblades up for sale, like the 2-in-1 Splitting Bullet Griffin, and they also hold pre-orders on upcoming releases like Dran Strike, which just released a few days ago. So definitely go and check them out, link in the description down below, and make sure to use code ilinnuc to get 5% off. The first thing we're going to check out is this new, kind of goofy looking Clip and Rip launcher. It's in this neon green that matches Blast pretty well, and it's kind of a brick. I didn't really expect it to be this big. Whenever you push the button on the side, it folds out into a full grip plus winder launcher combo. I didn't really expect to like the shape that much, but it fits in my hand decently well, and there's a ton of extra space for bigger hands than mine. I don't love this locking mechanism. It's not hard to unlock it if you hold the launcher in a certain way, and if you try and re-lock it, it could straight up pinch your fingers, which is kind of annoying. We do get an extended black ripcord here, which is great, and we also have a little spot where you can slot in the extended ripcord for storage, but the power limit on the Clip and Rip is pretty low. The actual launcher section is what flips into the belt clip, so there's not a lot of space to fit in the same amount of gears and parts that a standard winder has. There's also quite a bit more resistance when pulling the cord, so it feels weaker, but out of my dozens of test launches, the spin time was actually pretty solid. You know how whenever you hard launch a bay, it kind of sounds like a jet engine? This one doesn't do that, and the top end power you may need for attack types just isn't there. On the box, they show that Pegasus fits into the launcher for storage, and it does, but you need to take it apart first. It's too tall otherwise, which is fine, I guess, but not quite what I was expecting, especially since this was most definitely based on the rapid deploy case from Metal Fight Beyblade, which held full combos with no problems, besides a few extreme cases. Next up, we have BlastPegasus. For the bit, we have Turbo, which is more of a ratchet bit hybrid, and it's super chunky, kind of burst prone, but it can basically reboot mid-battle, going from stamina to attack instantly. Pegasus is one of the most famous motifs in Beyblade history, from Bakuten all the way to Beyblade X. And one of the most famous examples is Big Bang Pegasus, which came with Final Drive. And the gimmick is identical to Turbo. Now we have the CX blade. First up, the assist blade, Assault. Assault also comes in a bright neon green with a 3-sided shape to match the Blast main blade. I like the design of it, but it's a bit thicker than it should be, and because of that, it hurts the balance of the bay. Ideally, you want your attack types to be low, and there are better options out there for that goal. The Blast blade, though, is simply fantastic. I love the teal metal coat here just as much as I did with Aero Pegasus, and it's almost criminal that Hasbro or Takara Tomy are keeping Aero locked away in the rare prize bay vault. The shape is decently round and balanced, with simpler attack points compared to harder hitters like Scale or Hover. When the Takara Tomy version of this Bey released in July of 2025, Blast was the heaviest main blade at around 33 grams. And now, almost a year later, it's still at the top, next to Might and Blitz. Blast doesn't really pack the punch it should because of how round it is, but with the wheel assist blade, it makes for an immovable defense type that still sees competition today. Finally, the Pegasus chip is great. The neon may not be for you, but the Pegasus art is top tier, and it's a direct callback to Pegasus from Metal Fight Beyblade. MFB was also my first Beyblade generation, so the nostalgia is strong. And that's one of the reasons Arrow is in my top 3 Beyblades of all time. The full combo is a behemoth with some junk in the trunk and a unique build that stands out compared to the rest of your collection. So let's do some test battles and see if the clip and rip launcher was a good idea or just a gimmicky one. Here we go, Pegasus Blast against Phoenix. Oh! We get the activation of Turbo there. Kinda lucky, so let's try it again. Okay, here we go. Oh! Oh! A nice burst finish. It's trying. Phoenix is still trying. Come on. Pegasus. Oh! We get a couple of good hits, but just no stamina. Okay, up against Bahamut. Oh! Both of these Beys have like no stamina at all, and Pegasus is barely gonna take that. Oh! Okay, there is the burst proneness of Turbo, I guess. Oh! Huge hits on Unicorn. Oh, no. Okay. Whoa! Oh! Okay. There we go. Turbo is just a really big bursting weakness for Pegasus. Okay, up against Bullet Griffin. The 2-in-1. Oh, what is it? There it goes! Okay, I don't really know what happened. Let's go again. Oh! Come on! No, dude, Griffin is just so good. Come on. Oh, there we go! Come on, just send Griffin out. Yeah, just not able to. This just shows you how good Bullet Griffin is. The clip and rip launcher set is a pretty easy package to recommend for most people. But this is a situation where Hasbro actually kind of loses the price battle. On Amazon, this set is $30. The original Takara Tomy version can be found for around $25 from a lot of stores if they have them in stock. So after shipping, they equal out to a pretty similar price. At that point, you'd need to decide if you want a gimmick launcher that can hold a Beyblade, or a standard winder with a unique color scheme. The power output on the clip and rip isn't the best. It doesn't really have the high ceiling that a standard winder or a string launcher has, so I probably won't be using it at a tournament, but it is kind of special. It's something we haven't seen yet. I have quite a few winders at this point, so I'd choose the clip and rip, but it's not going to be such an easy decision for most people. Let me know what you think about this set in the comments, and while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and never forget to have fun and Bey away.